Hello, everyone. It's me. I just booted up a new Minecraft world, 'cause I just watched the Minecraft movie, and I wanted to share my thoughts. And right off the bat, I- I'm not gonna say anything too out of this world. I think some of the initial reviews are pretty correct, though. The movie wasn't very good, but going to see the movie was quite good. If that's kind of hard to explain. I went. I was very lucky enough to go over opening weekend and packed theater, right? And it was a very fun experience. But before we get into experience, let's talk about the movie itself. Was not stellar. Um, there were basic summary. A bunch of normal people get launched into the world of Minecraft, where Steve, Jack Black's character, is trying to save the world from the evil Malgosha, the Piglin character, uh, with the help of the new people who made it to the world, or who made it to Minecraft. And uh, it was kind of a paper thin plot. I didn't really, the characters didn't really grow. I mean, it didn't really need a simple plot, just plot. It just, beat the bad guy, win. It doesn't have to be out of this world, but it should have a little bit of thought into it, or at least have like, some of the characters grow and develop a little bit, which didn't really happen. I mean, you had some potential. I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna try to think positively. There was some potential going on. I think a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. So we had Jack Black as Steve. Very funny. Him doing his Jack Black thing. Enjoyed it a lot, to an extent. Then we had Garrett, who was Jason Momoa's character, who was like an ex-pro gamer or something, which I think was actually kind of a funny bit, because I think the kind of I used to be good at video games and now I am not is kind of a funny character. Because being stellar at video games back in the day wasn't exactly the coolest thing, and it's granted not exactly the coolest thing ever unless you're a huge esports athlete. But even then, so I think it makes for an interesting character to juxtapose. Jack Black as this Steve who's stuck in the Minecraft world but loves it there, as opposed to Garrett, who is stuck in the real world but kind of doesn't like it. He wants to go back, very nostalgic. Everything is kind of late 80s, early 90s kind of coded in a sense. I'm no historian, so I don't know the exact cultural phenomena and dress of the characters, right? But I think there was a little bit of potential there. And anytime they're doing something goofy on screen, it's phenomenal. It's one time they're flying on Elytra, spoilers, I guess, and Jack Black forgets his, so he's got to like ride on Jason Momoa's back. It's very funny. Unfortunately, the rest of the characters, I think, there's a little bit of, oh yeah, you got to play the straight man kind of thing, or like the more normal characters, but they don't do much with it. I think there was the little kid, was a little boy, I forget his name, and I think they could have made him a little bit more of a convincing character. Maybe do a little bit of. Uh, there was some development with him being, oh, I want to be, go into rocket science and this and that, but I don't know. I feel like there was an emotional core there, right? There was something going on between Jack Black's character, um, Garrett, the ex gamer, and maybe the little kid that I think could have been more interesting, right? It could have just been focused on that and made that a really interesting relationship. I actually don't remember. Does this stuff? We're gonna see. I'm gonna embarrass myself mid review to see if this stuff can make stone tools. Um, get out of here. No. Okay. Can I like undo it? No. Okay. Um, what was my train of thought? I think there could have been a little bit more. That being said, there was also some other characters. There was Um, yeah, that shows you how impactful these other characters were, right? If I'm just struggling to even think about them. Yeah, there was the little boy's older sister. She had a weird arc, I suppose. It wasn't really an arc where it's like, oh, I'm gonna start a self-defense class now or something. I don't know. If I feel like someone smarter can really pick apart the plot details and the contrivances and what could have made this stuff good. But if you want we're just getting rid of plot summary over. We're getting rid of what I really think about this movie. This movie would have been twice as good if it was a musical, just a straight up 1-to-1 musical. I think like I don't know, Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, another Jack Black movie. Phenomenal, but like a movie like that where it's just a rock opera kind of musical, not maybe an opera, but a rock and roll musical in the Minecraft world would have been great. Would have been great. I'm pretty sure Jason Momoa can sing, right? If not, we get him some singing lessons and bing bada boom, right? And you just sing your way through. It would definitely make up for all the things, because I was in the theater thinking just like, okay, so they really did not care too much for the story. But every time Jack Black started singing, it felt like he just wanted to sing and was compelled to do it. It was great. He was just like, here's my lava chicken stand, and it feels like he made that song up on the spot, which is so goofy, and it's great. That could have been the entire movie, right? But I don't know. Oh my goodness. No way, guys. It's like in the movie. It's in the two of these. Oh, I'm blessed. I am blessed. Oh, and look at this. The new pig. All right, we gotta flex. Pink bed, Minecraft review. See now the review is getting good. Now it's getting good, right? If it was just like that scene where they're flying on the Elytra and that was the entire movie, that would be phenomenal. Wait, do I have enough? I don't have enough to make a bed. I'm a fool. Look at these new pigs. I should have kept them alive. I thought I had enough to make a bed. Unfortunate. But now I got pink wool. And now I can make a house from it. Whoa. 3? Holy goodness. My voice cracked. Alright. Now we're going to make a gothic black bed. This is becoming a Minecraft Let's Play. I feel really bad. I don't have iron, though, to make it. And I'm going to need a bed soon. This is the newest update, whatever I'm making this update. I need more stone. I need one more stone to make a... Oh, here's some stone. Right? I feel like that even would have been like, they could have had a whole song where it's just like, here's the crafting table, and here's what we craft. I feel like I could make one right now, just like, I'm mining stone to make the furnace. I use the furnace to cook the meat. I cook the meat so I can have some delicious mutton. Like, that could have been the whole thing. And they could have basically improvised most of that stuff and then just went back and like, okay, we're keeping this song and we're not going to keep this other song. I didn't cut this down. Herobrine here. Oh yeah, there was also I believe an unintentional Herobrine reference where they had Steve, the little kid looks at an Enderman and all his doubts come forward. It's just like, oh, no, you will never be good. And he's like, no, I'm being haunted by my worst fears, and it just wasn't that stellar. Yeah, that is. Before I keep rambling on about this, the Minecraft movie could have been way better. More music, more over-the-top goofiness, more of the Jennifer Coolidge romance. That was so funny, so goofy. It could have been campy, but they actively chose to, like, I feel like there were two different writing philosophies. Make it campy as heck, or try to make it, like, a little bit more solid of a plot, or, like, a little bit, I suppose, more marketable. I suppose there's the force of let's go goofier, and they were like, no, this is gonna be too goofy. It's not gonna be profitable. It's not gonna be, it's gonna scare audiences away with how over the top it is, which is not the case. I don't think. I think people loved when he said chicken jockey when I went to go see it in the movie theaters. That was the biggest part. They're like, oh, look at that. And he's going to say flint and steel, right? People like that stuff. People like the over-the-topness goodness, especially with a movie that is, multi-million dollars. I mean, I'm thinking of the Barbie movie. People love that stuff. But I suppose they couldn't have it for one reason or another. Before I ramble on even more than I already have. Great experience. The theater went bonkers over all the moments that they did in the all the moments that they did in the trailer. The marketing team must have been paid extra. At least they shouldn't. At least they should have been, because this movie is making a ton of money. Despite not being despite not being the most stellar movie. So, yeah, more music. That's all I gotta say. I will see you all around if I ever make more of these. Wait, no, hold on 1 second. Proper intro, outro. I'll see you all around if I ever make more of these, and yeah, see ya.